Hello everybody and welcome on today's video. Today I'd like to do some work on this root over rock field maple that is been growing in this pot now for a year. So this is how he looks now, and maybe we should come a little closer to see what we have to do and what's going on here. So the first thing I'd like to do is of course removing the fallen leaves, because well, they all came down. We had quite a windy period here, and well, autumn starts early this year. So I'm going to get rid of the moss too, and maybe I'll plant it later on back. First some cleanup of course. So I'm going to take the nice moss parts off and put them in this terracotta bonsai tray. Moss is okay of course, but it keeps the whole tree very wet, and dead leaves are not bad too. What you see here is organic fertilizer. The tree has been fertilized for the last month now, and probably most of the nutrition is gone here. So I'm just going to clean this up, and therefore I'm going to put this in a tray. It makes it a whole lot easier. So I'm just going to scrape all the fertilizer away, maybe get rid of some of the topsoil on the same occasion. It's going to take me some time. I can clean up a little bit the rocks here, but I'm not going to bore you with that, and I will be back in a few seconds. So the surface is now a whole lot cleaner, and there's just one thing I'd like to show you before I continue with the rest of the work of today, which will be wiring and shaping. I'd like to put this tree in another pot, but there's a problem. I repotted it last year, and it's not a good idea to do this now. On the other hand, you see this rock is just ornamental, and it's gonna fall off, and when I wiggle the tree you see that not all the soil is moving, so it's really not pot bound, and it's not a good idea to get the tree every year out of the pot when that's not necessary. So what I'm planning to do is waiting until this tree freezes in the winter, and then I'm going to lift it up and put it in another pot. By doing that, I hope that I'm not going to disturb the roots too much. So I'm going to add a layer of soil in this new pot, and well, you see it's just a little deeper, not a whole lot, but just a little. And I think that a little deeper, a little wider, a little longer, so just a little bit. And I like the color of this pot. I think it suits the rock, which is nice, and it will give the whole thing more stability, because this rock here is quite big and heavy, and the visual weight is not well distributed. So this is something for in winter, when this whole tree is frozen. So I think that is possible. Now for the wiring, you see here these two branches, they cross. Now if I can lift this one just a little, I'm going to have a nice back branch there, and of course I must try to make this a little more flat, which are little details, small wires. This can come down a little, and then of course this will come here, and this needs to follow the shape of the root here and the shape of the rock there. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to get some wire and start immediately. So the best thing to start this operation is working with the biggest wire first, and this is going to be it. So I'm going to put it this way, a little longer, anchor it around this branch, make a little turn around the trunk and anchor it around this branch. Now I must think, because I want to do this, it's better to get under it. It's just a question of putting tension on the branch afterwards. So I'm going to wire this one. And of course they will tell you to reduce your wire when you're coming to smaller branches, which is true, but some of these things are just not necessary if you do not want to show your tree in an exhibition. And by the way, if you want to show a deciduous tree in an exhibition, it's better to have it without wire. A conifer will always have a bit of wire, that's inevitable, but deciduous trees they can do without. Okay, that's one. I'm going to put a little wire now around this one and this one. Anchor it on the other wire. See, it's making a really weird curve here. And of course you can cut it back and then wait for something new to grow. There was the growing and clip methods, but this is only going to take you a whole lot more time to have some result. Wiring is a good solution, like so. So of course putting the wire on is one thing. Now we have to give it a little shape. So therefore I'm going to support the branch. It's going to bend here, and like always I'm overdoing it because it always bounces back. This is a really straight portion, which I do not like. Going to bend it a little, and this can come forwards, and this will be more in the back then. But you see, on a different height. This one looks quite okay. I'm just going to put a really small piece of wire there. These are all leftovers, so I want it here. Like so. And I'm going to put this one a little more in this position, which makes a nice cascading branch. Like so. So now I have different layers. This one I said that I would like it a little higher. So always support the branch where it comes out of the trunk, because you might rip it up. And that's not a good idea. So this needs to come a little more to the back. This needs to be a little flatter. It's still crossing, so I have to lift it up here. Like so. That stump, a little leaf. Well, maybe I should cut it here. I'm not too sure about that. It's a little long. I'm going to try to put this horizontal. And then maybe lift this. It's always possible to cut something back. So I can always decide to do that in spring. It's starting to rain again. Like so. So these branches are not crossing and I'm getting my nice crown here. This one should come a little lower. I think this one is okay, but I'm going to need some anchor points, so I'll make a twist here. So this comes this way, and maybe I can lower this one a little. Because it's very straight, so I'm going to put it down a little. And give it some curve. Like so. What do you think? No, it's just a fork here. It should come a little closer together, and then this one should come to the outside. Yeah, this is much better. It's not a U shape anymore now. Yeah, and this end up. Okay, this is very long. I'm not going to need that. But maybe this should come this way. So just a little wire, but it's now that you have to do it. Wiring in the middle of the winter is not as effective as when the sap is slowing down. So here we have the wire on. And now, of course, we have to do something, because just putting wire on is not gonna change a lot to the overall shape of the tree. Going to put the front one down a little, so that again it makes a difference in height. This, I don't think I'm going to need these ones. Too high anyway. Maybe just by doing this. Well, it's just a little wire, so let's do it. It's not a lot of work, but it's very thin. It might break, so I'm not sure if this is a good idea. No, I have to come from the other side, because I want to twist it like that. It has to be around the branch in the other way. Like so. So because I wired it in the good direction, this should be possible now. You see? Yep. This comes here, and this little branch here under can go, and this is a dead stump can go to. Okay, so here now. This is an eye poker, so of course we do not want that. And I'd like this one here at the back to come a little more here to fill up the space at the left side. So I'm going to anchor it here. This wire is too small to bend this branch, and here I have a dead stump. Always be careful. This is dead too. This is so typical for maples. And this is the one that I want to shape. So I'm not sure if I should put an extra wire here, because, well, it's not badly positioned. It's just the small thing that I need to replace. But maybe I can, well, first of all I'm going to finish this one off. I need to be very careful with that one, because this is a valuable branch for me. It is important, so I'm going to support it and really overdo it so that it comes in the good position from the first time. Now I'm going to add a little wire extra. Just anchor it here. I'm gonna double it, and I'm gonna put it on this branch. Like so. I like wiring. I think it's fun. It's just a problem that it's quite an expensive occupation, because, well, wire doesn't come for free. Okay. That's not bad. This one can come a little more like the first trunk here and then bend away. I think this is going to be nice. And this one, I'm not sure that I'm gonna need it, but since it's here, I'm gonna use it. And of course try to avoid straight lines. It's not nice. This one is perfect. It was wired, by the way, so I just removed the wire this morning. So you see, this is a straight shoot, but, well, just a little detail makes it better. So that's it, I think. I need to do some more cleaning up on the stone here. But at this point I'm quite happy with this all. Of course, because I removed some of the topsoil, I'm now going to need to put some topsoil back. So I'm going to take some substrates. Just add a little top layer here. Which of course is very good for the drainage, because this contains absolutely nothing organic. And in this season, well, rain, rain, rain. By the way, it's raining again now. just going to make this a little even. Hope I don't have to make a run for it now, because it's really starting to rain. But it's just water. Like so. Maybe I just put one piece of moss here just to give it some color. So I'm going to open this up, put a little piece of moss here, just because it is nice and beautiful. Okay. So it's really raining now, and this video ends just in time, I must say. So I'm going to give you a little 360 of the tree, and then make sure that I'm going inside, because I think it's going to be necessary. The wiring is quite okay, I think. Maybe I can just open this up a little, but I think that I'm just going to have to, well, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to cut off a few of these longer shoots in order to have more back budding, but I think this tree is starting to become okay. The only thing that needs to be done is close this gap here and grow the crown a little more, but it's going to be absolutely possible with everything we have here. So I'm hopeful that this tree is going to be a nice tree in the coming season. So thank you for watching. Keep safe and see you next time.